Hey, family and friends, welcome back to another edition of the Midweek Word with Pastor Ron. I pray that you're doing well and everyone is staying encouraged. Last week we had the incredible conversation with my brother, Minister Darius Woodard. Powerful insights, real talk, and a whole lot of wisdom he shared. If you missed that episode, make sure you go back to YouTube. Just search Pastor Ron MVBC and catch up. You don't want to miss it. Now, let's jump right back into that conversation with Minister Darius Woodard. Let's go. Even if we stayed out all night last night, God still deserves, and the people still deserve a great song, music and ministry. Now, the question I have, this is another question. If the audience is not standing up, does that mean you're not doing well?
I don't think so, because you can't really say what the music or what the moment is doing to that person in the audience. You don't know what they're coming in with, and you don't know what they're battling with, and everybody's emotion is not vocal. Everybody's reaction is not so visible. So you never know. But and you speaking towards the physical preparation, I can go spiritual all day, because I believe the background of it all. It's why we even experience and even have the emotions that we get come from this spiritual piece. But that physical piece definitely coming together and rehearsing. We're doing this for the glorification and edification of Him. Yes. So like I said at the beginning, we want to give Him our best foot. So it comes with a matter of everything that you do. The reason why we have to come to choir rehearsal, if you're in the choir, is because you want to make sure your best foot is being put forward. How can we do that if you haven't been? I have been in places and in experiences where some people have felt like, in all my years, they felt like they didn't have to come to choir rehearsal, but they would come up on Sunday morning and they would join in and attempt to sing what we've rehearsed. First of all, it's not fair to all those who have come in and really said, I'm going to sacrifice and dedicate my time to doing this thing. It's not fair to them. So it's important that we are all on one accord. God is a God of decency. He's a God of order. And so we have to follow the order that's been put in place from the head. God has put Pastor Claxton as the head of this place, and he says that, hey, the minister of music here, he is going to tell y'all how to orchestrate rehearsals. Then it's your duty to adhere to the standards of the house. It's your job to do that. And it's all for the goodness, it's all for the edification of the glorification of God. So basically being honorable and being humble and being just submissive enough to the word of God. That's what this is all about. Just teaching us some things. Choir rehearsal even teaches us how to do stuff in our own home, submitting to rules.
So another question. So I know what kind of music I like. Gospel music. I know gospel music, but there are several genres of gospel music. What is your favorite? And I didn't prepare you for that. What is your favorite?
I can't say. I love contemporary Christian music, and then I love traditional gospel. I love them both. Sometimes when I'm in an environment where I'm getting a lot of CCM, contemporary Christian music, sometimes I long for the gospel. And then when I get so much of the gospel side, I long for the contemporary Christian. So it's hard for me to say. But one thing I can say, I connect with most, I feel like, with the contemporary Christian music, just because the lyrics, that's that new age, or that new age gospel, so to speak. Okay. But that I connect with that most because it's such a pureness to me, my experience. It's such a pureness in it. Sometimes I want to be careful with my words, but I don't want to offend. But just sometimes in gospel music, I've just experienced a lot of emotion with no conviction, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
In contemporary Christian music, I experience more so of the freedom of worshiping God without the people just looking for you to do something to make me move.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
So at Brown, how do you cater to multi-generational. So the sanctuary choir, does the sanctuary choir sing a certain kind of music, or is a multi-generational singing at Brown? And I don't know. How do you do that?
That's a good question. I literally bring my authentic self. Because either one of them, I can talk about my personal preference all day long, but my spirit man, it just brings its own self, if that makes sense. And my spirit, it can get with either one. It doesn't matter because it's all still, music that is glorifying one name.
Gotcha.
So that's what makes it easy to mush them together. But literally, when I go to Brown, I'm just literally my authentic self because I'm very familiar with because Brown does a lot of traditional. Nothing wrong with it now. But Brown does a lot of traditional gospel music, and I can get with that from experience because that's how I grew up, and things of that nature. But I bring my own experiences within the music. I have a different relationship with the music now, going through tests and trials, so I understand about how I got over, and I'm able to relate with it, and I'm able to bring with that how I got over all my life. All my life you have been faithful, so I'm able to just relate myself, and able to kind of merge them together in that manner.
And my last question is, do you think the hymn is still relevant today? Hymns are very dated. Are they still relevant today?
Definitely, because the blood still works.
Oh, yes.
The blood still has power. So how can we go on and not visit the past and talk about and sing about those hymns that talk about a past experience that relates to my current experience? Jesus's past experiences is the reason why I'm even here now. So definitely those hymns, they are relatable still.
Hello, family and friends. We got to pause the conversation for today. What a great conversation. But tune in next week, same time, for the Midweek Word with Pastor Ron as we continue our conversation with my friend, brother, Minister Darius Woodard, as we continue to talk about music in ministry during this Black History Month. See you next week on the Midweek Word with Pastor Ron. You be blessed.